If you thought California's elections already had no integrity, wait until Eric Swalwell implements his proposal to allow all Californians to vote using this by phone, not just by mail. Coming up, we'll tell you about his crazy proposal and what we're doing to stop it by instead enacting a California voter ID initiative. All that and more coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator. I told you that Eric Swalwell was going to jump into the governor's race. And of course, last week he did. He announced on the low-rated Jimmy Kimmel late night show, which, as you know, serious politicians, they make the announcement about their campaigns, of course, on late night TV. Anyway, so Swalwell gets in the race. What was interesting about the interview, and I'm going to get to his proposal on allowing people to vote by cell phone, is that he actually is saying the quiet part out loud. He's running for governor, and he's actually criticizing what's going on in California. And I know that Gavin Newsom must be looking at him being like, shh, keep quiet. We got to keep the secret of California's failures under the rug. Kimmel asked, why were you running for governor? And he said, well, because the cost of living is so high. Really? You don't say. Look, I was actually impressed that he went immediately for the cost of living issue. And then, of course, focused on the fact that California has a problem there, which is, again, a little bit of a awkward, intense position to be in, because he's literally criticizing his own regime. Here's the problem. The liberal media doesn't connect the dots for most voters. Most voters sit there and are like, yeah, high cost of living. I'm so glad that we're going to get real change with Eric Swalwell from the same political party that's been in charge for 2 decades in California. Yes, they don't quite make it there. But what was interesting was he now has swerved into a whole new issue. And that is, everyone should be able to vote by cell phone. I don't think that he's done any polling on this, because while some might think, oh, what a nifty idea, it makes things so easy, California voters are not down for voting by cell phone. Our research shows, because we're putting together the California Voter ID Initiative, that voters actually want more integrity, more verification. They still want the ease and convenience of voting, particularly by mail, but they would like to see an improvement in verifying one person, one vote. So here is the interview. He sat down with Alex Michelson on CNN. Alex is from California. He just got his own show on CNN. And I'm not going to criticize him, because Alex is actually a legitimate journalist. He's a good guy. I'm not going to watch CNN just because they have one good show. But Swalwell sat down and basically made the proposal on Alex's show.
I want us to be able to vote by phone. I think every Californian
vote by phone.
Vote by phone. Yeah, if we can do our taxes.
Alex is like, vote by phone. Even Alex is like, seriously, crackpot.
Do our make our healthcare appointments. Make. Essentially, do your banking online. You should be able to vote by phone. Make it safe, make it secure, but it's actually already happening all over the United States. I want us to be a blue state that doesn't do just a little bit better.
Wait. It's already happening all over the United States? Bitch, please. No state allows people to vote by phone. Full stop. It's already happening all over the United States. Of course, dumb Democrat voters are sitting there saying, oh, that's right. That's a really good point. Yeah, let's go to the BLM rally now. Absolute falsehood. It's happening all over the United States. No, once again, Eric Swalwell, California would be the perverted petri dish of left-wing lunatic ideas. Yeah. We already have a problem with fraud in our elections. We already have a problem with low public trust and confidence in the integrity of our elections. We already use outdated voter rolls in California to send out orphan ballots so that people can go, strangers can be hired by NGOs to harvest ballots. Yeah. On top of that, let's vote by phone. It already happens all around the country. No, it doesn't. Crackpot. But he's going to get some attention for this. He's running a very strong campaign right out of the gate. I call balls and strikes. Still, I think Katie Porter has the edge.
Better than like Georgia or Alabama when it comes to like voting access. I want us to max out democracy. Also, as it relates to democracy, if you wait in line for 30 minutes or more, if you do want to vote in person, I think you should fine every county for every minute that a person has to wait longer. We have to be.
Actually, I think that's a pretty good idea, particularly because, as you know, if you're a routine watcher of this show, I am alarmed by the long wait times now in California at election day polling centers. And I think this is by design. I think the Democrats have created a situation where they've cut back 80% of the polling locations. They say now that we all get to go to polling centers, which are larger, have more services. Yeah, but there's just not enough of them to handle all of these conservatives who show up on election day stubbornly saying, I'm going to vote on election day come hell or high water. I will not use the mail-in ballot. I will show my rebellion to the system by voting in a 2-hour line and suppressing the vote. And as I've covered on other podcasts, putting your vote at great risk, because that's the highest risk of your signature being rejected and you not knowing about it and your vote not counting. But I like this element about the 30-minute wait time that a county would be fined. We've actually proposed that. That's actually my proposal of doing performance audits and holding counties accountable for wait times. But let's listen a bit more.
Better, not just a little bit better than the other states. The DMV. I don't think Californians should have to go in person to the DMV anymore. I think we can do that virtually. I think you can have the DMV employees do it virtually, but that's a lot of real estate.
Is that the most popular position?
Digitize the DMV. Digitize the DMV.
Today? Yeah.
We can modernize the state, and I look forward to bringing these ideas to California.
Yeah. How about we tell the DMV to stop registering people to vote and have them just get back to their core function? So that is his proposal. Let people vote by mail because it's happening all around the country. No, it's not. In contrast to that, we have a better proposal. It's the Voter ID Initiative. And we are in the middle of a signature drive to get 1 million signatures on the California Voter ID Initiative. And that is the real solution to California's voting challenges, to restore public trust and confidence. And if we don't get the 1 million signatures, this isn't going to happen. So right now we have about 600,000 signatures. We need 400,000 more. And we're spending the next 4 weeks pushing so hard to get the signatures. So I have a couple requests for you. If you don't want California to go in the direction of this loosey-goosey, insane idea, Eric Swalwell of voting by phone, we need to put a real election reform measure on the ballot in the form of voter ID. We need to get the 1 million signatures. So do 3 things. Go to the website, voteridinitiative.com, voteridinitiative.com. If you haven't signed the petition yet, please do so immediately. Do not delay. Do it right now. voteridinitiative.com. Click on sign the petition. Put in your information so that we can validate and make sure that your signature is going to count. Then you will be sent to submit that. You will then get a PDF that you will be able to print. Then you have to sign with a pen, a wet pen. Please follow the instructions. Make sure you sign all the material, all the empty boxes on that form, and then mail it back to us. Again, as I mentioned, we need to get these signatures in the next 4 weeks. If you can, please volunteer to collect additional signatures. If you do that, then instead of just having you print off a small petition just for 2 signatures, I will mail you a long form petition. I will pay the postage to mail you a long form. If you want to volunteer to get additional signatures from friends, family, and neighbors, go to that volunteer portal, sign up, and I will mail that to you this week. And then finally, please chip in a contribution. We are barely covering expenses, and we have a shortfall. We're not going to be able to do this unless we can raise more funds for California Voter ID, so please contribute there. I'd also love to see you at one of our upcoming events. We're doing a bus tour starting on December 1st, all around the state of California, starting out in the Bay Area, and then going all up and down the state to various locations. So please sign up for one of those events for California voter ID, bring a friend, grow the movement. No, we do not want to have people vote by their cell phone. What we want to do first and foremost is get the California Voter ID Initiative passed into law and clean up our voter rolls, improve the public trust and confidence in our elections. That is the most pressing need for the health of our democracy, not loosening up the system even more, as part of a crackpot system that can easily be corrupted and skewed in an unfair manner. We got to get the voter ID initiative done. So please activate today. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state.